Hey guys, you're watching Explore the Weird. If you're into creepy and weird, you must be a goon. Welcome back. Kyra's with me today. She's like, hey, I'm gonna help Dada do the intro. So, Kyra, you can say hi to the goons. You wanna say hi? Okay, say hi. Hi, goons. That's Kyra saying hi right to the goons. Guys, this is longer form content. I actually watch the videos alongside you and I react to the videos. I talk a lot. I have ADHD. I'm all over the place. You guys already know the name of the game. Interact with the video. Smoke the like button on the way in. That is a true goon. Guys, we're going to get right into it. More strange, creepy, weird For You page content.
In 2013, a video was uploaded to YouTube of a trucker talking to a man about a massive under.
Let me restart that. Sorry about that, Nikita. 1 second.
This is an
Kind of want your doll.
In 2013, a video was uploaded to YouTube of a trucker talking to a man about a massive underground secret city that was being built in the United States. They had to take this tunnel 100 miles in to reach this place, and apparently there were more of these tunnels. Check this out.
Goes all the way to Washington, D.C., huh? Goes all the way to Washington, D.C. Yeah, you security? Yeah. How far have you taken this down to, how far have you actually ran a load?
From
100 miles? Up to Maine? No shit. How many miles do you think that is? Man, that's unbelievable. Not to mention, I heard there's one that goes all the way to Colorado, right? Unbelievable. What do you think you're hauling? Any idea?
Crap.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Crap makes all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
You don't really know.
Yeah. I know there's been a lot of military stuff being hauled around lately, that's for sure, huh?
Yeah, we deliver to military.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. 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 Well, I appreciate I heard there's water supply, food supply, everything's in there. Yeah, unbelievable.
You don't get no cell phone service.
No. Peace, brother. I mean, basically, you got an underground roadway system here that runs all the way to Maine, to Washington, D.C., to Colorado. It's fully stocked. It runs completely underground. And this is stocked with food, water, everything they need. It's an underground city. So this is the north entrance, and we're going to go see if we can do some more digging.
Yeah, this was a little crazy, but I also have heard of this from other truckers that have made deliveries to this compound. So there is a compound, there is a subtropolis of sorts where people are basically going towards the mountainside and really going underground into this mountain. And you guys can read about it, subtropolis. It's a place that the former Kansas City Chiefs owner went in and built as a survival shelter and really an underground bunker of sorts. He then went and rented these things out to government agencies as well as private organizations who want to use that space. And guys, there really is like miles of roads within this underground system. And now the true thing is no one knows how deep or how far the underground system is. The records released to the public only show about 10 to 15 miles that potentially could exist, and who knows, that's just what they've told the public. There could be a lot more happening behind the scenes, and this person could be exposing it. The last part of the video, not sure what they were trying to show. As I said, it seemed all or were they showing us the entrance to the place? Because you can actually see the entrance. You can look up Subtropolis and you'll see that there's a real entrance, there's markers, and there's rents that you can even get. You can go rent a space yourself if you wanted to. All right, let's keep it going.
So people always ask, how do you get rid of Wi-Fi? Really simple. You get a little Ethernet adapter right here and an Ethernet cord, and you plug your device in. Getting rid of Wi-Fi, you don't need microwave frequencies in the house. The US Navy did 4,500 studies on the dangers of Wi-Fi frequencies and radio frequencies in 1971. So this is how I got it set up. What I do, I just get my Ethernet cord, I plug it into an adapter, and I plug in this device. I get rid of the Wi-Fi off my box, and I get rid of the guest Wi-Fi. Nice and simple. Anytime I need to plug in to get the internet, here you go. Hardwired, just like when we had dial-up. Remember that? All those sound effects? Same exact thing. Safer, faster, and not going to harm my health. Simple solutions. This will cost you about $20, and you'll have hardwired internet in your home.
Guys, if you really are trying to run away from Wi-Fi and radio signals and everything, go live in that cave. Go find your place at that Subtropolis. Find a way in. Make sure that you can truly escape all these crazy things that they're telling you. Yes, so the CIA did the government did some tests, and Wi-Fi and radio signals affect our health. Guess what? I'm trying to continue our species. We need the human beings to continue. If you feel you're being deterred by the Wi-Fi signals, I'm sorry, remove yourself from the gene pool. I need humans to continue alongside technology. There's going to be some mistakes made. We made mistakes even when cell phones first came out. So could be mistakes even when Wi-Fi first came out. We may find a better way. And always wired connection is always faster. That is known. Every tech guy will tell you that. Now, Wi-Fi is everywhere. There's mesh Wi-Fi. There's all different types of Wi-Fi. I'm not truly trying to fear-monger you into shutting down your Wi-Fi at night. Save that electricity. Do whatever you want. You are your own being. Manifest whatever state you want to be in. If you feel the radio signals are affecting you, that's on you, because trust me, buddy, there's 90% of us that aren't going to be phased by this. We're going to continue, we're going to die, and we're going to continue our species. So if you feel that that is not you and you're having issues because of these radio signals, find that cave, make yourself better, manifest your well-being. And that's not a dig at anybody, just because Teddy, I'm anti-Wi-Fi, I'm anti-microwave, I'm anti-everything. Guys, I have done microwave projects even in my university times, and microwave technology has come a far way. We can confine the box, you can keep the microwaves within that microwave, then you are golden. If there's leaks, then we start to worry. But if there's no leaks from the microwave heating up your food, in reality, the only things it's interacting with is just the water to heat up your food, so I don't want to scare everybody. I'm a tech guy. I think everything's fine. Do what you feel is right to connect to me. Are you watching me on the big screen right now? Yeah, I'm on the TV. Look at me. Look at the Wi-Fi. Is the signal coming in good? Good. All right, let's keep it going.
Masons always place the east at the top of their artwork and the north and south on the sides. This is because they understand the true cosmology of this realm, but you don't. North is the center of this realm. This is where all compasses point to, because the Earth's electromagnetic field and all this energy centers at this point. It's the strongest point. South is anywhere that goes opposite from the center. So if you walk this way, that is south, and that is south, and that is south. West is when you go left around the magnetic pole. This is anti-clockwise. If you were here and started walking west, you would end up in the exact same spot. East is the clockwise turn around the center axis. So if you were here and walked east, you would end up in the exact same position. With that being said, east is the right turn, left is the west turn. They always show the ladder to the east. Why? Because the ladder is your spine, and the east means the right, which is the right hemisphere of your brain. In short, the right hemisphere produces a holistic view of reality. So this sees humanity as one unified consciousness. The left hemisphere breaks this down into individuals. This sees the trees, this sees the whole woods. So when Jesus says cast the net onto the right hand side of the boat and you will find fish, this represents cast your awareness into the right hemisphere and you will see the unification of the universe. You will see the higher self. This is the ego. You will realize everything is connected and everything is all one. The real university will be open soon.
This is wild. Definitely a change in perspective, I guess. I never knew the compass for flat Earth that's how it worked. I used to be a firmament believer. Now I'm back to round Earth and globe. Still potentially some encapsulation, but right now I'm a round Earther. Don't hate me if you're a flat Earther. This speaks to you. This is telling you, yeah, this is how it works. One of the things when he talks about east and west when it goes in a spiral, I've seen like equator videos where people drain water into a thing and it spirals either counterclockwise or clockwise, depending on where you are, whether north of the equator or south of the equator. So when he says, hey, east and west is circles, that's what my mind goes back to. I'm like, hey, is both of those things related? What is really going on there? But yeah, I think depending on perspective, if you're manifesting this as your state, then hey, that is the type of Earth we're on. If you're a round Earther, that is the type of Earth we are on. It is all about your perspective. All right, let's keep it going.
Bad foods that I don't want anyone to look at, let alone eat. Wheat, barley, rye, oats. That's right, whole grains. Wheat, barley, rye, and oats. Bad dog, no biscuit. Oil in a bottle, fried food. Meat cooked well done. Meat that has nitrates added as preservatives. The skins of baked potatoes, yams, sweet potatoes, a carbonated beverage with a meal, carbonated beverages with a meal, I don't care if it's Perrier, sparkling water, beer, club soda, or champagne. If it has bubbles in it, do not drink it with a meal. Soy and corn. That's right, soy and corn. These foods are bad for the human body. And if you eat these foods, it's only a matter of time until the net negative effects that they generate in your body add up and something breaks. Very much like the straws that broke the camel's back. If you unwittingly consume food that's hurting your body every single day, it's only a matter of time until something goes.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. You know, the straw that broke the camel's back, you can't have too much of a good thing. It's still bad. So yeah, he listed like 12 crazy foods that each one of them, you know, the first like 5, I was like, hey, how is this not healthy? But, you know, they always got, oh, Teddy, the gluten's bad for you. Trust me. Nah, I have Crohn's disease. I'm in groups with people that have celiac disease. If you don't need to be gluten-free, don't be gluten-free. I don't understand why people are falling for this marketing gimmick of gluten-free food. Guys, outside of the United States, there's no such thing as gluten-free. You can try. They will laugh at you. There is nothing. There is nothing. Go travel. Literally leave the United States and see that this whole gluten-free movement is a movement driven by profits. And unfortunately, unless you have celiac disease, that is the only reason I feel you should go gluten-free, because there is truly no medical benefit for you to do it unless you feel you're receiving it. That is you manifesting that. That is not a scientific manifestation, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I'm going to lead towards the proof here that celiac is the only reason you need to go gluten-free. And now when it comes to the 12 bad foods, yes, there's bad foods. You manifest your own. Eat well, stay alive. That doesn't mean, hey, Teddy, I'm gonna eat all the straws and eat all 12 bad foods and then that's it, I disappear. Nah, stop that. You keep going, buddies. We're gonna keep going. Don't eat all 12 in a single sitting. You know, what is it? Like, maintain yourself. Like, portion control, please. One day you have fried food, next day you eat healthy. You know, figure it out. Don't eat meat all the time. You know, and it's he talked about like cooking your meat well done. I'm like, dude, I need my chicken well done. I need the pork well done. Otherwise, how are you gonna make sure the parasites are gone? You know, how are you gonna make sure the bacteria is gone? I don't want no issues. But yeah, whole different thing. Let's keep it going.
First person to ever venture far enough up to see what the Earth looked like was a guy named Auguste Piccard. Most of us have never heard of this person because when he made it to the stratosphere, he said he saw what appeared to be a flat disk with an upturned edge. Now, after Auguste Piccard ventured to the stratosphere, we have the U.S. Air Force showing us the stars from space for the very first time. And when you look at what they showed us, what they actually saw, you begin to understand why the moon landings never had stars in the background, why they're not showing us stars from space anymore, because it's very difficult to pull this off.
The sky is deep black.
If you can see the stars,
Oh, yeah.
you know, and pretty much all the time you can see the stars.
The sky, of course, was black.
The heavens are 10 times as bright, stars 10 times as numerous.
And we could not see stars.
The thing about Carl Sagan, billions of billions, there really are billions and billions of stars, and you can see them.
It's an unfathomable blackness, like texture you feel like you could stick your hand into.
And that's when things start to get weird, because people have gone back and looked at declassified documents that for some reason keep mentioning a flat, non-rotating Earth. Over and over again, it's in their flight plans, it's in all their working Earth repetitive.
Yeah. Flat Earthers, this is your video. Welcome. You're watching Explore the Weird. We get really into it. So yeah, Auguste Piccard. So he was the original. He went up there and he was like, hey, I saw a flat thing with things that went upward near the outer edges. So, you know, immediately all of them are thinking, oh, that's the ice wall. Auguste Piccard, he was the OG before NASA went up there and gave us the photoshopped stars and moon. Dude, do you guys see that crescent moon? I would be able to see the full moon, and people believed that. Back in the day, people watched that footage and were like, yup, this is 100% legit. I saw it on TV. Yeah, you also saw the moon landings on TV. Was that legit? Whole different story. But yes, Auguste Piccard could have been the OG. Maybe he was silenced. Maybe he was never let known, you know, what he experienced after what his initial statements were. But still, you wonder that once this guy has done it, why did the government become so involved in order to push this narrative that there was space and they got all this proof? And clearly you look at that footage now and we can tell that was doctored. Back in the day, we didn't know that. Back in the day, everything was still new. So even when things are new to us and you're finding new information, you be the goon. You figure out if this is actually real information they're telling you or if this is misinformation. All right, we're going to keep it going.
I was able to change my entire life with one simple phrase, and it's triggering as shit, and you're probably not going to like it. If you're new here, I'm a former people pleaser and recovered alcoholic, and I help people overcome both. First, I had to understand that every single thing that's ever happened to me and will ever happen to me is my responsibility. So what? I have massive amounts of childhood trauma. So what? I have ADD. So what? I have complex PTSD. So what? But more important than so what, it becomes so what now? Am I going to choose to heal myself of these things? Am I going to choose to work with my circumstances, or am I going to choose to blame other people? Do I choose to be a victim, or do I choose to thrive? That question made me realize that almost every circumstance in my life has an element of choice. And whether it's good or bad, how I choose to leverage it is entirely up to me. So now I choose to remember that no matter how good it gets or how bad it gets, I ask myself one question. So what? Hope this helps.
Guys, this is crazy. I definitely, I'm sure some goons can leverage this as well, because I've read your comments. I read the comments. I respond to most comments, all the comments, most of the time. Sometimes takes me a while, but I will get to you. So yes, so what? So what? You're a goon. So what? I'm part of the Ganja Goons gang, Teddy. So what? I watch your videos, Teddy. So what? I don't watch your videos, Teddy. So what? I love that. I love this whole so what thing. Hey, there's always going to be something better. There's always going to be a future. Just worrying about the past or the existings or the present, shouldn't even worry about, like, that shouldn't even be a worry to you, you know? I would go, hey, I love this so what methodology. This is a speed bump in the road. It's going to get better. Shout out to you, Jenna Cole. So what? So what? and it is going to get better, and we are with you. We are goons. We have a Shivalingam. We have positive energy. We have infinite energy, and we are awakening ourselves. You guys are becoming more informed as we're learning this content. Guys, any roadblock you're having is just a roadblock. It's gonna get better. Look for those future days. So whatever happened in the past, you figure out where you want to be. If you choose to be negative, that is on you. Manifest better things, manifest positivity. It's not always going to be positive. There is going to be negative things that happen in your life. Find the way to get past it. So what? We're going to keep it going.
When the next crisis hits, the elites are planning to freeze the financial system, and they'll replace it with a new system, one not based on the U.S. dollar. When that happens, we'll wake up to a very strange and disturbing new reality.
And for our viewers that are watching today, what might their reality look like that morning? How does this manifest?
First, they'll have gone to bed knowing that a massive financial crisis was underway. But when they wake up, they'll find it has worsened and the contagion has spread worldwide. When they go to withdraw money, their ATM will say, closed temporarily. When they go to sell stocks, their account will say, transaction not available. When they go to their local business, that business will only accept cash if it's open. As citizens realize they're being barred from their money, riots will erupt. It's going to get really bad really quickly.
How would such a freeze actually work? And wouldn't that be highly illegal?
Well, it wouldn't be illegal technically because they've been quietly laying the groundwork for years. They've rigged the financial laws, changed the rules of the game to allow this to happen. The stage is set. They have the levers in place. The lights are positioned. Now someone just needs to flick a switch and they'll impose ICE 9 rapidly.
This is hilarious because I talk about this in the crypto future. I come from crypto. I started from the crypto space, and then I made this channel, Explore the Weird. Guys, in the crypto space, this is a true thing. If you do not have your own keys, you do not hold your own money, you're trusting a third party to trust that they're keeping your money safe in a bank. That is a third party. You're trusting someone else. Oh, Teddy, it's a government entity. They're FDIC insured. They got 250K. I won't even ever make it to 250K. Get out of here. Banks have failed in China. Banks have failed across the world. And when they fail, they don't go, hey, we're going to come bail you out. It's a whole process. It takes some time. You don't just get 250K immediately just because the bank failed. If someone doesn't bail out that bank, that bank goes bankrupt, you lost all your funds. Hey, yeah, sorry, but sorry, you know? So you have to own your own keys. You have to figure out, hey, if the dollar goes away, if something else goes away, what do I turn into? What happens? Digital currency is a thing. There's other ways too. There's precious metals. There's gemstones. You can find other ways to hold value. So if a financial system does crash, if something like the real estate banks in China, when they crashed and people tried to withdraw money, they were turned away from the banks, and for days they stood outside these banks saying, we have no money. Dude, their families suffered for days. Don't put yourself in this situation, even if it's a couple dollars a month or a week or a day, whatever it may be. Set it aside in a decentralized way. See if you can find a way to buy crypto and move it out of the place that you bought it, right? Find a way to hold your own wallet, hold your own keys. Yeah, I love this message. I do believe this is something that we can all experience in our lifetimes. It has happened before. Banking collapses happened. There, some people's great grandfathers and grandmothers, they used to store cold hard cash around their house for this reason. Hey, when the banks close, when the banks can't dispense, where are you going to turn to? Think about it. All right, let's keep it going.
You see demonic features everywhere on people only, just like this, what you see behind me. Now, that's a reality for a man named Victor Shera. He has extremely rare yet terrifying disorder called PMO, and it's commonly known as, or now known because people didn't know about it at first. It's called the demon face syndrome. People with the condition see parts of other people's faces distorted in shape, texture, position, or color. For Shera, that means grotesque, grimace, elongated eyes, and deeply etched scars, also pointed ears. There are 75 known cases of the disorder. My next guest, we talk about it, and he is kind of skeptical, but he says there's some proof. And joining us now here on The Factor Uncensored, we have with us Dr. Nick Hardy. Dr. Nick, You know, I'm always looking for the weird and the different, and I think I found it today. And this condition, we're told, is called demon face syndrome. Now, it's when an individual
Ain't it funny? It came out around this time, bro. When the boys on demon time and all these things.
Have you ever heard of such a thing?
I haven't, and to your point, when I saw that only 75 cases have been reported, I said, ooh, we really looked high and low to find.
Only 75 cases reported? Oh man, imagine once they start spreading. Is this contagious, or are you born with this defect? I don't know the full things about PMO, but demon face syndrome is a much better explanation than PMO. Oh no, he don't got demon face syndrome, he just got PMO. And what is that, like PMS? Nah. Now see, I upset all the lady goons. I wasn't trying to do that. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make correlations. It's just like it happens once a month, and these guys turn into demons, and then the guys at a PMO see it, or like, is it lifelong? You know, these are the questions I wonder. And then if only 75 people, can we just like contain those 75 and be like, tell me who looks like demons? Do we need to, never mind. We're gonna, oh my God, Teddy, your mind is so crazy. Yes, it is. All right, we're gonna keep it going. Definitely manifest your own being, and if this is illness you suffer from, I'm sorry for you guys. I hope that it doesn't do anything weird, but other than aesthetically them being demon looking, it seems like their personalities don't change, so you're probably fine. Everything's probably okay. You're just in demon world now, and everything's gonna be fine. They're nice people. What is that? Like, what is there any like crazy like villainous stories where like all the villains think they're villains, but like they're just all normal heroes? And never mind, we're just gonna keep it going. Sorry.
So if you don't know already, there is a growing number of people who are starting to theorize that the timeline of human history as we know it, as we were taught in school, is maybe a little bit wrong. In fact, maybe a lot wrong. There are certain structures all over the world, specifically megalithic cut stone and certain artifacts that just don't fit the timeline, and they were clearly made with tools that we don't have any record of. Like this artifact, for example, it was found in a very early dynastic Egyptian grave, like really early on in the dynastic Egyptians. Nothing like it has ever been found since. I'm not gonna lie, it looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. Now, once you know how to spot these sort of out-of-place artifacts and architecture, you can see it sprinkled all over the ancient world, and not just in one place. You can see it in South America, in the Middle East, in Japan, like ancient Japan. So I invite you to just suspend your disbelief for just a second. Just stay with me here. What if that there was a civilization that existed on planet Earth way before the civilizations that we have current records of? What if there was one way back in the distant past that appeared, and the only thing left were these little remnants, these little artifacts, this sort of style of architecture, and they were, what's the word, gifted, borrowed? No, I've ruined it. Inherited, that's the word I'm looking for. What if these objects, or this style, this aesthetic, was inherited by very early ancient cultures that we know of, and basically that's where they got their inspiration? Are you with me? Now, what is very exciting is that I have inputted reference images of these sort of out of place artifacts into an AI bot, and I've asked it to show me potentially what this ancient civilization, this sort of missing ancient civilization, could have looked like. Do you want to see? Of course you do. So I put in this photo of the Assyrian in Egypt, which is debated to be a very, very, very old structure. And the architecture looks nothing like the typical, stereotypical Egyptian ornate, circular, columned temples. It just is very weird. It's a weird one. So anyway, I put it in, and this is what I got. It kind of brings to life the whole site. Then I put in a few of these like precision cut granite boxes that you find all over the world. And I also put in ancient stone technology, and this is the image I got. And this kind of represents an amalgamation of all the weird stone carved precision cut stuff that we see. Are you starting to get the aesthetic yet? And this is my hypothetical queen from my hypothetical civilization. Can you see the vibe? I've made a whole bunch of these, so if you want to see more, then just let me know in the comments.
Wait, that hypothetical queen looked a lot like a human being. I thought it was from a previous civilization before human beings, like the Anunnaki. What was she describing? Oh boy, I love that AI thing. This is basically what XX Living Dead Girl does to me in our DMs. Like, she'll send me like AI scripts that she has thought of, and some of them are really cool, like the Ganja Goons gang in AI telling a story about it. You learn so much about like what different elements are in the gang and like how it's so. Regardless, I love this AI narrative of recreating based on pictures that she has submitted. Hey, what would have this looked like? You know, that truly felt different to see. I was quite awed by that. Yeah, odd. AWED, not ODD. Teddy, you're odd? Yes, I am odd. Welcome. All right, let's keep it going.
Coney Island about the orphan trains. The children on display with the incubators. And this is just crazy. There's a song where the guy's singing, "Goodbye, my baby. Goodbye, my love. I'll never see you again." And you're sitting there thinking, what? What are you giving your children up for adoption? Then you start to understand, with all these trains and people moving around and underground tunnels, how they populated areas. You start to understand that people were moved around underground and then they would populate a city, such as Chicago, Philadelphia, San Diego, San Francisco. You had these trains which are going underground and you could transport people and then populate places. And it's interesting too, because you look at, like, for example, Wikipedia, and you see certain timelines of population just spiking. And you sit there and go, where did all the people come from? You know, how did you gain, let's say, 10,000, 50,000 people overnight? It'd be very challenging, especially because, like, let's say you got to go from New York City to San Francisco. Imagine that traveling. Especially above ground. Underground is pretty easy. You just get on the train and you just go over there. But above ground would take you a long time. Unless you told people that maybe there was gold over there, because as you were destroying all the old world buildings, all this gold started appearing.
Yo, I never considered this. What the heck? Underground Railroad has a whole new meaning to me now. Nah, Harriet Tubman got nothing on this. Harriet Tubman was the OG. Yeah, regardless of how you feel, I'm not trying to change your views on anything. But hey, this guy is hitting on some things. When populations increased, was it just because, hey, the birth rates went up, or were we artificially increasing those by adding new citizens, immigrants into these areas? And just like those cities were populated, as you mentioned, yeah, potentially. And now I go to, hey, what's happening now? Now we have the same people or coming in, whether legally or illegally, and we move them alongside buses to cities. Oh my God. Oh my God. We're starting the population. Oh my God. I am awakened. I understand. Potentially. Daddy, you're getting it now. They're moving the migrants into the places that are moving us out. Their smart cities are going to take over. Oh my God. Crazy Teddy. We're going to keep it going. I'm sorry. This is a lot. A lot of correlations right now. Hey, and then eventually they'll probably make them citizens and then they can vote. I'm not trying to fearmonger anybody. I've just learned this, all right? We're going to keep it going.
I'm sorry, but the New York earthquake is about to get a lot bigger. And just real quick, we'll go over some things you probably have heard already, and then we'll go over the scary things you haven't heard. Yesterday, I just shared how lightning hit the hand of Apollo. Statue of Liberty. And I mean the hand, the torch. So then we had this 4.8 earthquake. Well, the eclipse is 4.8. And 2 hours later, Brazil had a 4.8 earthquake. Of course, 4.8. Before we go any further, it's all speculation, this is all alleged, it's all my opinion. I also just showed you last week this trail of earthquakes going up the eclipse route. White House Station. And our earthquake map is off the charts right now. I just showed you in this video that in the last 3 days, Japan and Taiwan both had big earthquakes. Now this right here is the scary part to me. This made me reevaluate and relook into the earthquake map. The central mid-Atlantic ridge has had about 10 earthquakes in the last 3 or 4 days. Why does that matter? There have been thousands and thousands of people that had a dream that all of the east coast of New York were underwater. This light blue line is the mid-Atlantic ridge. Now with really big earthquakes, you usually have smaller earthquakes that lead up to them. What would happen if there's a major plate shift in the mid-Atlantic ridge? Maybe things going underwater? I mean, we've literally had like 50,000 earthquakes over the last month. I forget the exact number. And the Earth's frequency has been off the charts. Not to mention 5 incredibly strong storm paths going right along that line I showed you. Now let me take you back to 1811, which was when they had a total solar eclipse, and then 3 months later, for 4 months straight, they had massive earthquakes all around America. But the widely available illustrations we have of this 1811-1812 earthquake literally show things coming from the sky. That's weird. If you haven't by now, you'll eventually find that everything works in perfect patterns, numbers, letters, frequencies, things happening in the atmosphere. This map is really starting to look plausible, isn't it? Did I miss anything? Let me know in the comments.
I don't think you missed anything. You're definitely making a lot of correlations on numerology, and that has existed. You know, if you look for those numbers and symbols, you're going to find them everywhere. And it is not a coincidence type thing. That is just you making correlations like that. So now I'm about, at the time of recording, a month since the eclipse, and actually exactly a month. It's May 8th. It's my mom's birthday today. Hello. Happy birthday, Mom. Actually, I think even we got Mother's Day now. By the time you guys watch this, it's all over. So Mother's Day, I hope you guys had a good Mother's Day. But regardless, yes, this guy is fear-mongering, even though it's for entertainment purposes only. Guys, I'm 1 month in out of the 4 months, like from the previous solar eclipse where the earthquakes happened, floods happened, all this stuff happened. Hey, luckily I am a hopper. I hop alongside CERN. My dimensions keep changing. I'm alive right now. We're all going to be alive even in the next 4 months, 5 months, because I personally believe that that's exactly what they're doing. Hey, the other dimensions, maybe they got flooded and earthquaked out, but we're still going. We're goons. We keep hopping. So yeah, don't let the guy fearmonger you. You manifest your own being and where you are. If you're in that dimension where everything's going sour, then that's on you. Right now, everything's okay with us. We made it a month already, 3 more months to go, and we'll see. The earthquake maps that he mentioned, I've also looked at those. There's nothing that's evidently or outrageous to me. Even if you look at the historical years back, it's about the same. The number of earthquakes hasn't drastically increased overnight, you know, and that's basically what he's doing. Oh, 50,000 earthquakes last month. No, there wasn't 50,000 earthquakes last month. If there were, there were very minor, because come on. Things that are evident is flooding, right? We're seeing flood, we're seeing rain issues across everywhere, and he even hit on that with the United States. Hey, we're seeing storms, we're seeing potential people having dreams of New York being underwater. Guys, people have had dreams that Florida is going to be underwater, that Venice is going to be underwater. It's going to happen. We just don't know when, but I don't think it's going to be overnight. I don't think it's going to be in the next 2 to 4 months, like he was saying. Yeah, but you are your own being. Maybe you're in that dimension right now and you're stuck. Teddy, I need to get out. What do I do? I'm sorry, buddy. We had to hop without you. Send us a camera image or some way to know that you're stuck there, and we'll figure it out. We'll send a message to certain hey, physicists, we need to get him back. We need to get the goons back. All right, let's keep it going.
Graphene. This isn't even science fiction. It's real, and it's 200 times stronger than steel. Imagine that. But that's not it. It's 1,000 times lighter than paper. It also conducts electricity better than any other material at room temperature. Not only that, but the electrons. It can transmit electrical conductivity with almost no resistance. Why am I talking about this other than the fact that I can't believe it's even real and I just found out about it? But it's probably going to be used as a battery that can charge faster and last longer than lithium ion. It will probably be used in water purification processes, which means it could change the world for water purification. And not only that, but it can stop a bullet. Graphene could change everything. I guess we'll see.
Then what's the need of bullets if there's just graphene? Everyone just wear your graphene. We know bullets do nothing now. Never truly looked into graphene. When I think graphene, I think graphite, I think pencils, I think graphite powder. You know, you can put some graphite powder into like key locks and it makes them less sticky and your keys operate better. Yeah. And you can get graphite powder just like rubbing the graphite from like a number 2 pencil, making that into a powder, putting it into a lock, and then seeing if your hotkeys are less sticky. Yeah, I recently learned that. I was like, wow, this is actually pretty neat. And it turns into such a fine mist. So I wonder if graphite and graphene are similar in the... I don't know. I'm not the scientist. Nathan Castle, hey, correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, graphene and graphite the same thing. And then he's like, hey, these things stop bullets. You know what else stops bullets? They say some spider silks, like the spider web stuff that spiders give out. They can stop bullets as well. Imagine, that's all we need. We just need to figure out an easy way, a better way to harness this material and sell it. Because it looks like that spider silk didn't take off. I'm not seeing that everywhere. Hey, don't wear your bulletproof vest. Come wear the spider silk. It only costs 50 grand. Not sure how reliable graphene batteries are going to be, but I've seen lithium-ion batteries, competitors as well. There's plenty of competitors to lithium-ion batteries that charge faster, batteries that hold power for a longer time. Then it turns into, hey, what is the most efficient way to charge the battery? How do we disperse that energy and keep the whole system profitable? And unfortunately, I don't think even with the lithium-ion way and pathway, we're not quite there. Maybe it is changing the elements that we use to store that energy. Maybe it is graphene. Maybe it's a whole different power like hydrogen. I'm a big fan of hydrogen. Just take the hydrogen out of the water and keep our systems going forever. I love it. All right, let's keep it going. Quite interesting. We're going to do just three more, Teddy.
Some biological reality for you. You want to know this? The first video ever captured of humpback whales mating was just recently filmed, and they're both male. The first evidence that we have of humpback whales engaging in intercourse is... Listen, humpbacks are mammals. Yeah. Humpbacks are intelligent. Humpbacks likely. There's probably, if they exist in us, why would they not exist in other intelligent mammals that are on Earth with us?
I did not know about this whale fact. I didn't know that this was something that was filmed, but I've also seen, sometimes the frogs are engaging in this. Alex Jones has told us a lot. So is it the water, or is it their own decisions, or is it, that is a whole different debate for a whole different video. I'm not here to change you. Hey, whether you're LGBTQ or not, we love you no matter what. We are true goons. We're going to keep it going. I'm not here to go talk about your bedroom stuff. All right, let's... then again, these are mammals' bedroom stuff, and the humans are exploring that, Teddy. So, no, Crazy Teddy, we're not exploring this. We're done. We're done. We understand that this happens. Okay, let's move along.
Look, let me tell you something. This is the way the world works. Okay, be quiet for a second. Please. God runs the world. Then under that, you got 1,000-year-old families, Medici. Under that, you have the Vatican, the Pope. Under that, you have the financial groups that control all your shit. BlackRock, Vanguard. After that, you have Putin. You have Trump. You have all this shit. And after that, you got what all this shit is. Entertainment. Hollywood. Take that, run that back, run it in schools.
Yo, yay. Kanye West was the OG. Kanye West was the OG. He was spilling all the beans before any of these other guys, I swear. And then also, they got Cat Williams, they got so many others we can add on to the list. But I definitely have always been a fan of Kanye. Even during the Taylor Swift madness, I was still a fan. I wasn't into him, I was into the music. The music really spoke to me. And I'm so glad. I even got to see him in concert recently. I loved it. I got to see Kanye, I got to see North perform, I saw T.Y. Dolla $ign, I saw everybody. It was wild. Yeah, I definitely can understand the way Kanye laid it out. I do believe the ladder that he described, that system of different groups, does run the world, and that's exactly how it is entailed, It is very systematic and logical, like the way that he just laid it out. But we ain't teaching the schools. We ain't teaching the children this. We just know that high level, this is how it is, and we're just being put into the schools just to be workers, just to be followers. We're no leaders anymore. They ain't giving out new leaders. They're just making us all followers. Abide by this rule set. Keep doing what you think. You have free power. You have free will. Nah, don't believe these things, guys. You guys are goons. Stay strong. Stay awake. That's all I can ask for. All right, we're going to do one last one. One last one to end them all.
Just a couple of days ago, a man by the name of Alec Shaw
captured what looks like a real-life time traveler in one of his CCTV cameras installed in an Airbnb in Miami. Check this out.
This dude's coming onto my property to what looks like rob my house, but it actually turns out he is a time traveler. And let me show you that. I literally can't even make this up. So as you can see, he's wandering around my backyard. I don't know what.
At this point, he begins to explain how this dude shows up out of nowhere, starts looking around as if he's gonna rob the place, goes inside the shed, and disappears into oblivion.
Goes into the shed. So I'm fast forwarding the time so you can see there's no movement. He never leaves the shed.
In this second part of the video, he shows the full video with sound. Check this out.
So this is the full video with sound, but you can see him like wandering around, like he throws up his arms. He's about to talk. See, he talks right there. He says, damn, like what is he looking for? Like he's being super mysterious, and then he goes into the shed. So he's wandering around, then goes into the shed and closes the door there.
Now this is where things take a really strange turn. He calls the police. They come over, they check everything out, nothing.
So you hear me talk to them.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Was he not in that shed?
No, he was not. There's nobody in there. Both sheds.
What the fuck? Okay, I'm sorry for wasting you guys' time. I really didn't see him leave the shed though, so I don't know how he's not in there.
Policemen look into his shed a third time and there's absolutely no one there. The next day, an older person comes out of his shed from out of nowhere as if materialized from another dimension. He shows the full video, and in the very beginning, you can see him rolling through his CCTV camera, showing how the younger boy goes inside his shed and disappears, never comes out. Then the police comes over, checks everything out. The next day, the unthinkable happens. An older person comes out of his shed, out of nowhere.
You can see he never came back until the next day, right here. Notification on my camera that there's somebody in my backyard, and this guy leaves my shed. And he looks right at the camera too. That guy left my shed. But here's the craziest part.
Now one could say that this video is just a prank or fake, if not for the fact that hundreds of people began to reverse search who is the older guy who came out of his shed. And some people correlated him possibly being Bob Lazar from the future, and others went even deeper. Check this out.
What he did is he did a reverse image search and he found this guy who looks pretty similar to our boy here. The crazy part is this guy was obsessed with time travel. And you can see 9 years ago, he used to post on blogs talking about time travel and how it works. So he graduated from Harvard University. This guy died in 2018. We also found this, which is family members saying they miss him, November 2018. We also found this, which is the same thing talking about his death, July of 2017. It's possible that they edited this text, but still a little fishy, right? Also found this interview notes. He was talking about his obsession with sound and time travel. Didn't do any of this research. This is all Matty Ice.
Too much of a coincidence, isn't it? I want to know your thoughts. Do you really think that this is possibly a time traveler caught on camera or something else entirely?
Yo, if this is a hoax, this is one well-crafted hoax, because putting that Ring security system, Ring is owned by Amazon Web Services. You guys know, AWS consultant, I do coding like anything. And the Ring system is very well made. You know, it truly detects anomalies in the video frames. When an anomaly is detected, it classifies, hey, is this a human being, animal, ignore it, you know, leaves moving, whatever it may be. And the Ring system is smart enough to give the alert. I love the Ring system. I've even tried Blink, Nest. I've done all of them. I would say Ring definitely has the best motion detection. And for it not to detect that this being left and then a new being emerged from the shed, unless the system was turned off, there's no way that this timeline can work like this. So it is a very well crafted hoax if it is. And now, they said Bob Lazar. I 100% can see Bob Lazar, older Bob Lazar, but can two Bob Lazars, if they don't interact with each other, I guess they can stay in the same dimension. And then the guy that went into the shed was much younger than the guy that died in 2018, you know. But then when he emerged older, yeah, the 2018 guy that died and the time traveler potentially that came out the next day, yeah, they did appear to look similar. But sounds, so he was into sounds. He was a Harvard guy, and Man, it really it feels so well engineered that yeah, this guy probably found the solution and they don't want to let us know. He knows. He's seen the things. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, I love this one. I kind of want time travel to be real as well. So he went, his body changed, he aged, but it doesn't. Is he richer now? What benefits did he get? What is the? Does he just live forever now? Like, what's the solution? Where do you go from this? Now you've figured out time travel. What's next? Now is it like, hey, now I can live forever? You still die if you learned how to time travel? I would assume so, right? Does your body like change with it? Like, do you? I mean, it appears like for him it did. In 1 year, he changed so drastically. Went from a young man to an older gentleman. You know, it's like, oh, how did this happen? All right, guys, that is it. I hope you guys are having fun. Much longer video today, but, you know, it was a quite hodgepodge of categories. So I liked it. Hopefully you guys did too. I really want to give a shout out to all members right now. Members, you are the only reason this channel is surviving. I'm not getting any other ad revenue. You guys are the only revenue that is supporting the channel. So if you guys can become and you want to see more content like this, becoming a member is the best way to support the channel. Nikita is our editor. We would love to give more content and do this daily. Right now I'm doing this every other day, but hopefully in the future, as this works out, this YouTube channel works out, we're gonna increase the amount of videos. But with that is it. I will see you guys next time. Stay safe, stay strong, and click on one of the videos that is showing up right now so you can keep watching me and keep the algorithm happy, or click on the one in the middle and you will subscribe to me. All right, guys, that is it. Stay safe, stay strong, and goodbye. Goodbye.